Okay, so you might be able to name all the 9 members of the Fellowship, and you might be able to speak a smattering of Elvish, but one does not simply know the Hobbit by reciting a few tidbits of trivia. Here are 11 facts you probably didn't know about the Hobbit in less than 4 minutes. Big breath now. In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit. That's how the Hobbit starts. But these words were first written by a bored J.R.R. Tolkien as he was marking summer exams. Intrigued by the words, he resolved to delve into the matter in more detail. Names always generate a story in my mind, he wrote later. I thought I'd better find out what hobbits were like. The thing is, Tolkien didn't even come up with the word hobbit, though it's usually attributed to him. The Oxford English Dictionary threw a spanner in the works by pointing out the word first appeared in a 19th century book of folklore as an obscure word for little people or fairies. While writing Lord of the Rings, the author realised that he needed to tweak Bilbo's original meeting with Gollum to make events match his much darker sequel. So he rewrote it so Gollum doesn't willingly lose his precious ring. Bilbo wasn't always going to be so bumbling. During one of the early drafts, Tolkien actually made the little leaf-smoking chap deliver the killer blow to Smaug before leaving it to more capable hands. The first positive review of The Hobbit came from a 10-year-old boy called Rayner Unwin. He was the son of Sir Stanley Unwin, a publisher who asked for his son's opinion. It was probably the review that sealed the deal for Tolkien's career. This book is good and should appeal to all children between the ages of 5 and 9. Precocious little fella, eh? Apparently, Tolkien was a bit of a keen doodler as well. The author's illustrations would almost become as iconic as his writing. The black and white maps that appeared in The Hobbit are Tolkien's, as was the famous front cover landscape that still adorns some editions of the book. Initial hopes for the book weren't exactly sky high. The first print run in 1937 was a whopping 1,500 copies. It's sold over 100 million since. In order to bring Middle-earth back to life, the 350-strong art department had to make 8,000 digital paintings based on 500 concept sketches. Lead illustrators and conceptual artists Alan Lee and John Howe, the eyes behind the Lord of the Rings' distinctive look, cheekily pranked in a video blog that they'd started drawing in 3D too, by claiming to each be drawing the same picture, one in red, one in blue, and wearing glasses to see the combined result. You crazy kids. When The Hobbit was first published, as we know, in 1937, it benefited from having a hugely positive review written anonymously in the Times Literary Supplement, bigging up the book as a classic. This review was actually written by another popular fantasy writer, C.S. Lewis, who just happened to be Tolkien's mate. A ruddy little ignoramus was Tolkien's view on Adolf Hitler. When it came to publishing the book in Nazi Germany in 1938, the author was asked to produce evidence of his Aryan heritage. Instead, the author wrote 2 snotty replies and let his publisher choose which to send, one of which pointed out that the term Aryan was misused. Tolkien was, after all, keen on etymology, and that in terms of being Jewish, I can only reply that I regret that I appear to have no ancestors of that gifted people. Pure class. The pages of The Hobbit are a bit of a sausage fest, with only one female character actually getting a name, and that's Bilbo's mum, Belladonna Took. For more on The Hobbit, stay tuned to IGN.